Ladies and gentlemen,
But I can at least interrupt you once.
God!
There's always time for once.
I'm just not going to talk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerds of the Apocalypse.
You knew he wasn't going to let somebody else do it.
No, that's how I roll. I'm going to do it again. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back to Nerds of the Apocalypse.
Thank you. I'm, of course, Stevie B. Yes, babe. Okay.
She just has to go potty, people.
All right, one more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerds of the Apocalypse. I am, of course, Stevie B. Alongside me today is...
Preach.
Showtime.
Heather.
Oh, that's right. No Trex.
Ha!
No Trex. No.
Just kidding.
Trex.
I won't say it.
Trex did a lot of work for the Florence Comic Con videos. He busted his butt, so we gave him the weekend off. There you go, Trex. I let him. I said, you know what? You've been working hard. Take the weekend. Go to a concert in Myrtle Beach. So I went to the Coheed and Cambria concert in Myrtle Beach.
The who?
I don't know. Showtime.
Coheed and Cambria.
That's what I said to you. I have no idea.
He always says, I love their albums because they tell a story, man. Like, it's just one long story, their entire CD.
What?
You
So
can't just listen to one song.
Is it country music?
You got to listen. No.
It's like rock alternative stuff. They're actually, Jeff, Punk Monkey, has the first trade paperback of Coheed and Cambria.
Sweet.
So.
Well, Trex got really mad because he was like...
band that plays music that turned into a comic book, or
Basically,
other way around?
Their whole album is based off of a story that the drummer has in his head, and they turned it into a comic book. It's actually pretty cool. It's basically about this guy who there's these 7 rings that are out in space. No, they're out in space, and like it's where people are living now. But this guy like gets turned into an alien thing. Can I finish? Can I finish? Holy crap!
Well, you're a little edgy today. Huh?
Sorry.
What the hell? Did you not get enough sleep?
No. When people chew with their mouth open, it really irks me.
Well,
and then when I ask them to stop, and then they do it more,
when you make a big deal about it, you know we're gonna do it more.
It wasn't even that big a deal about it.
Well,
it was. I could have been like, "Hey, Matt, could you please stop chewing with your mouth?"
And I would have been like, "Yeah, no problem."
No,
but
you wouldn't have.
Did he say it like that?
No, you wouldn't have.
Heather, did he say it like that?
No,
I didn't.
How did he say it?
That's why
he was
I
like,
didn't say it
"Stop
like
chewing
that.
with your mouth open."
No, actually,
and what did I do?
That's actually completely wrong right there. Because what I said was, you need to go ahead and finish those. Because I can't sit here and listen to you chew with your mouth open.
So either way, you were rude as hell about it. So I'll be rude back.
You were already rude. Anyway, so it's a really cool comic. I really suggest you guys check it out and the music's pretty good, but it's for a acquired taste. The guy's voice is really high.
That's cool. And just so you know, I recorded the entire argument you had about that. So
it's whatever.
So we'll probably put it out just so we can squash that real quick. Okay, so I thought I've decided that our discussions are fun, but if we have a lot to talk about, I like to just do a roundtable of things that have happened. Like we used to start the show of our few weeks in geek. But I mean, when we have a lot to talk about with stuff that's happened, which we have a lot to talk about.
Do we?
I
think you do.
I like to have the whole show. We all do.
What?
Yeah, we went to Florence Comic Con. We've all been playing Destiny. Heather and I got iPhones. I got a funny story to tell about that.
That's cool.
So yeah,
then I worked, and there's not much going on.
That's it. So, listen, you're a Debbie Downer today. I need you to be.
I told you he's real antsy.
What's the one for upper? If you're not a Debbie Downer, you're like I need you to be a supper upper.
What?
I don't know.
Chatty Cathy?
Chatty Cathy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stop being a Debbie Downer. Be a Chatty Cathy.
That's all Matt's fault.
Oh, is it?
See, I know, and I'm okay with it.
You brought him down. You brought him down right before we started recording.
Well, you brought him down the last time. Right before we started recording.
You guys really do that a lot.
Oh.
I was only messing with him, playing jokes. You brought him down. I was just fucking around. Sorry.
All right. Stop dropping the F-bomb.
I said sorry.
You said I dropped the F-bomb. I said sorry. Okay. Anyway.
Sorry.
It negates.
Sorry.
All right. So we'll start with this lovely piece. I have a friend, Tony. She went to New York City, and she picked this up from a street vendor. And I don't think it's a prank.
Don't roll it on. Oh god.
What?
It's picking up everything that just happened.
Oh, sorry.
All the farting of the board on the
Sorry.
God.
You got it? Oh yeah, I picked it up. If you can't see it, it's
it's nice and close now.
if you're just listening, it's a picture. There's a famous picture from like the 1930s, I think,
Probably
when they're
30s, 20s.
when they're when they're actually building New York City, and the skyscrapers and the construction workers are all sitting on a beam having lunch. It's essentially superheroes sitting on a beam having lunch. So I think it's really cool.
You know, the only superhero that he could take out of there and replace
Deadpool. Yes.
He doesn't fit.
Agreed.
He doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Just not even that. Just because Deadpool's terrible.
Yeah. And then you got Venom in there too, and he's a villain. So it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, it's still really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I think I just wanted to show that off because I thought that was really cool. So where should I start? Should I start with my Apple story? Can we tell that? Well, first off, let's put your phone right here because you know I got to do this. And let's put my phone right here. Oh, snap it! Snap. Okay.
But you know what's funny
I
is
feel
the
good
same
about-
thing I said is when I was holding his new iPhone 6 Plus, which is everybody, there it is. I said it's about the size of the Note 3, and the reason I didn't get the Note 3 when I was going to get a new phone was I didn't want my phone this big.
And
I just wanted bigger than my iPhone.
And what he said about us when we got our phones, like, that's too big.
And he did say that.
You
He
know.
did
Now
say
his
that this
phone
was
is
too
bigger
big,
than
and now
ours.
his phone is way bigger than ours.
Oh, and you know what?
And he is bragging about, I got 0.4 inches. I got 0.4 inches on you, big guy.
That's right.
Because that's something to brag about.
And you know, it's funny because Eric at work said the same thing. He was just like, "You made so much for me for having a note telling me it was way too big of a phone." I was like, "Yeah, but that was before Apple had a big phone option, so of course I'm gonna hate it. Now I'm cooler than you because I'm 0.4 inches bigger." Boom. No, but no, you know me. I'm a ball buster. Bust balls. That's what I do. That's how I roll. And you guys are still my friends. Have been my friends while constantly getting your balls busted. So does that make me a bad person? And what does that say about you guys?
It means we tolerate you.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this
Okay.
isn't even his funny story.
So-
Because let's go ahead and clarify something before he tells the story. Steven and I both upgraded to the Galaxy S5,
Right.
and neither one of us had any issues
No.
when we upgraded. Zero.
Oh no,
Continue.
no, it's not.
It's not that story.
No, it's not.
Oh,
an
you got
upgrade
another story.
No,
Yeah.
You got to tell this one too then.
no, it's not that upgrade story. No. Okay, so this is what happened. So I wasn't gonna get iPhone 6s. I was like, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna ask this guy a bunch of questions. Like I knew my stuff before.
You went to get talked out of it.
Yeah, exactly. I knew my stuff, and I was like, if this guy says one thing that I don't like, I'm out. And the only upgrade I have was a next plan. That's the only upgrade I had available. And I was like, if this next plan, is terrible, I'm not going to do it. And so I go there, and he's like, all right. So I was like, how can I get this phone? He's like, well, your only option is buying it outright or using the next plan. I was like, well, why would I use the next plan? It's AT&T, by the way. And so I go, what's the next plan do? And he explained it. It's essentially like you pay for your phone monthly and spend $200 outright. So you're paying like $10, $20 added onto your bill for the next year. It was either a year and a half, or 2 years. Of course, the shorter the amount of time, the more money you spend monthly. And so I was like, all right. So I got the 18-month because what he said with the 18-month was in 18 months, you can either bring your phone in, give it to us, and you get the next new one. Or you can wait 2 years and get the next new phone and keep your old phone, which technically means a trade-in. So because we got $225 for one of the iPhone 5s we had at Best Buy. So I was like, okay, I like the sound of that because if I do it for the iPhone 6, whenever like the next iPhone upgrades come out, like the 6S, it's never that impressive. It's
the same phone. It's the iOS update that you're paying for, really.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, this locks me down for the iPhone 7, 8, 9, because it's every 2 years. So if I get this, wait the 24 months, and then every time the next new iPhone comes out, I can go pre-order and get it. I won't ever have to pay anything extra than what my bill is. So it's like, okay. They did catch me though, man, because you have to pay the taxes with the next plan, and it's not the taxes on the $200; it's the taxes on the $800 that the phone costs outright.
Yep.
So she has an iPhone 6, I had an iPhone 6 Plus. The tax on those phones together $120, and I was like, whoa! All right, so it's like, okay, sweet. So I pre-ordered them. I was like, so we're good to go, right? And because I brought my bill down because I had unlimited data, and there's a family plan. That family plan plus the next plan is going to be lower than the bill I have now. So I was just like, man, I don't want to let go of that unlimited, but Verizon says you can't upgrade your phone if you have unlimited. AT&T says, well, we're going to charge you a butt ton for your unlimited data, and we're going to throttle you after, 5 gigs?
Yep. They back you. They pretty much shut your damn data down.
Yeah, and so I was like, all right, whatever. So I switched. It's 10 gigs. I use 5 monthly, average 5 to 6, and she averages 2. And it's a 10 gig data family plan for $130. So I was like, unlimited phone, unlimited text, 10 gigs of data. And I was like, all right. The only time I ever go over 5 is when we go to cons, and if I go over, it's like $10 a gig every time you go over, so it wouldn't be a big deal. And it's like, okay, so fine. So I was like, God. So I pre-ordered the phones. I got mad because he didn't talk me out of it. He said everything he needed to.
He said everything to you that you talked to me about on the phone.
Right, yeah.
That I told you that's why I did it.
Right. And so I was like, sweet. And so it comes out on Friday. So I'm ecstatic all week. I'm gonna get a new phone. It's gonna be awesome. And I'm just like losing my crap. So we get home, and I haven't backed up Heather's phone yet. I backed up mine, I haven't backed hers up. So I'm trying to back hers up, and you got to transfer the purchases and stuff like that. So I'm doing all that. It's taking a long time. I ordered a bunch of stuff in like a weekend, or like Wednesday, or a bunch of stuff online, and it's Loot Crate Nerd Block time. Like they all come at the same time. And so I'm at the door, and there's a package that's I ordered an extended USB cable. It's just sitting out there. I don't know how I feel about that, but it was sitting out there. And also Captain America was in there too. So I was like, oh, really? Anyway, so I get the package, and there's a slip that's like, hey, FedEx left some in the office. And I'm like, all right, every time I get Nerd Block, it's like, hey, FedEx left some in the office. Okay. So I'm like, all right, it's just Nerd Block. It's whatever. The office closes at 6. I'll try to grab it before we go. So I back her phone up. Bunch of stuff happens. We get to the office right at 6.
It was like 6:03.
Yeah, I can't get in the door. Door's locked. They locked it down. And I'm like, whatever. It's Nerd Block. I'll pick it up Saturday. No big deal. So we get to the AT&T store, and we probably waited like a half hour. It's packed. Everybody's trying to get them, and the guy was like, we didn't have any. I was like, well, okay. Some don't have any except for your pre-orders. Okay. So it gets to me, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm here to pick up my iPhone 6. And they were like, did you get an email? I was like, what do you mean an email? He's like, well, just because you pre-ordered it doesn't mean that you're going to get it on launch day. It's like it depends on when you pre-ordered it to when they can fulfill it. And I went in there like 3 days after they announced it. So I was like, great, I'm not going to get mine to like November. And he's like, check
the guy you were talking to said he isn't getting his until second week of October.
But he got the iPhone 6 Plus like 128 gig, like the most rare one that not very many people are going to buy. And I had a 64 gig, so it's the second most rare. So I was like, great, I'm probably close to this guy's bow. And so we're talking like, did you get an email? And I'm like, no, I didn't get any. Like, it shipped. I was like, no, I didn't get an email at all. I don't know what. No. And so I looked at my email. I was like, damn, I got no email. He's like, well, I can check for you. Like, okay. So I get to the guy, and he's like, all right, I'm going to check. And at this point, I was like, okay. And he's like, all right, it says it shipped. And I was like, all right, so that means you guys got it? He's like, no. No, hold on, let me check your tracking stuff. He's like, no, man, when you order it here, it gets shipped to your house. It's at your house. I was like, what do you mean it's at my house? He was like, it's there. It's FedEx. They delivered it at 12 o'clock. So that FedEx slip was not Nerd Block. It was my iPhones. And I was like, I was in the store like, what?
That's why you didn't post that picture on Facebook until Saturday.
I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean it's at my house? That makes perfect sense that I would pre-order it and you would ship it to my house. Of the list of 40 questions I asked you, the one question that I should have asked the most, I didn't ask. Where does the phone go? Does it come to the store or does it go to my house?
To your credit, what happens at GameStop when you pre-order stuff?
Exactly.
It goes to the store, which I would not have assumed it was going to come to my house.
Yeah, see, that's where it was in my head. And I think it's because of GameStop. I think you hit that on the head.
I got a question, though. How butthurt?
Oh, you can ask her. Because I got her cackling. She thinks it's hysterical.
Well, it doesn't help that like the guy was like, yeah, so it's at your house. It was at my house and does all this. And he's like, okay, man, have a great night. Enjoy your phone tomorrow.
And I was like, what?
The guy did that?
Yes! I was like, you've got to be shitting me. I was like, it's at my house.
Oh, I'm so glad you didn't tell me the story before the show.
I was like, what do you mean it's at my house? The iPhone 6 is at my house? What? Yeah. And so we're driving home. I was like,
to be a fly on the wall of anything that you were involved in after this.
Oh, I was in the car like it's at the house. And so then to top it off, we get home and Heather checks the mail and she comes back in cackling in the car And I was like, what's so funny? And apparently Nerd Block did come, and she handed me the like mail thing saying, hey, Nerd Block's in the office. And I just slapped it out of her hand. I was like, get that slip out of my face. I was like, it's at the office, Heather. It's at the office.
He's trying to find ways to like break in the office.
I was like, so if I went in through the pool area in the gym and just kind of like
You could.
got the door open,
Oh,
got into the
I don't
packages.
think so. No, they locked that other one.
They
in
locked the double
kitchen.
door, though.
Yeah.
What if they forgot?
Yeah, see, then when I get in trouble for getting the packages, if I sign the thing, would they even know? They're like, well, it's a signature. It's me. I picked it up. If I don't say, hey,
But they probably lock all the doors in the office, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
the packages are in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Either way.
You have your phone now.
Either way, I was wondering. I'm like, why did he post this on Saturday? He got his phone yesterday. What the?
no,
hell?
I did not get my phone yesterday.
And then
That did not happen.
oh, no wonder you didn't call me yesterday.
Yep. No wonder I didn't call you yesterday. And I was like, I gotta tell Matt and Steven. I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna wait until the podcast and drop it on there.
So amazing.
That table that came in right before close yesterday, like they were all, I got the iPhone 6. My little high schoolers, like, we didn't have iPhone 6s when we were in high school.
I didn't
even have a cell phone
No,
until
I
I was
got out
a
of high
senior.
school.
And they were all,
like
let me see. I was like, y'all want to order?
I'm trying
I
to
don't
go
know if y'all
home.
know this, but you came in kind of late.
I'm trying to go.
It's time to hurry up. I'm ready to go home.
So yeah, but then I had to go. Oh yeah, Heather posted this. You can go ahead and read that out loud. Heather posted this meme to my Facebook poll that night.
I'd wait in line to make fun of you for waiting in line to buy the new iPhone.
Heather had a blast with us Friday night. She thought it was.
I like how she still has the appeal on the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't have my OtterBox.
I told her to take it off. Oh, that's another thing. The OtterBox is, first off, OtterBox hasn't released the 6 Plus OtterBox yet, which for me is damaging because I'm like, like
Yeah,
I just.
you toss your phone around a lot.
And I drop it all the time. So I've got this like rinky-dink $15 case from Best Buy that I 100% plan on returning once I get the OtterBox. I haven't put the screen protector on it yet because that was $30 for a screen. It was the cheapest one. Most of them were $50. I was like, an OtterBox costs $50. Why does a screen protector cost $50? Just made no sense.
The
I
only
could probably
one,
get you know what? Bringing that up, I could probably get you one at no cost.
How?
I don't want to say on the show,
Okay.
but I have
The back of a truck.
I have connections.
Okay.
And I'll
We'll talk.
We'll talk to them.
Okay, so yes, then I got the
Both of you,
iPhone,
actually.
but then I got the iPhone and I reversed. I didn't call in to get them activated. I just took our old SIMs out and put them in. Yeah. So then I had to go back to the AT&T store to get the SIMs activated.
Steven.
I did. Yeah. This iPhone 6 experience. I still haven't worked it out because somehow
the thing is,
He's such a
it hasn't
noob right
been-
now.
I wish it had been Apple that had like messed up, but it was all you.
it's all
Yes.
yes. It's 100%.
It's all
You did
him.
Apple did
Yourself.
everything right, and I did everything wrong. This is all I told you because you're excited because you're like, can't wait to see what Apple did wrong. But no, it's just me being an idiot. I told you that.
You can't.
And so I put,
Steven.
and so then I go back in the AT&T store, and this is on Saturday, so it is packed.
Oh, I guarantee you.
because they actually got some. It's from the mic. It's falling apart.
I thought it was.
That's why I told you to wear
Yeah.
gloves. The
Yeah.
mic could see that his mic.
Mine's
is
messing up
disgusting.
too.
Yeah.
It's because they're the ones that get held the most. And the
Yeah, they
sweat,
get used on all the interviews
and the
everything.
sweat gets on them and stuff. So now
Yours
those
is
two.
next.
All right, so
Anyway, so
AT&T store on Saturday.
Right,
There's
and it's
probably
packed.
1,000 people in
well,
there.
because they got some in, they didn't get any. The pluses are sold out. You cannot get a plus. Plus, apparently, Apple doesn't understand that people want big screens. They just didn't release that many pluses. They
That's
had
why
the-
the S5 done well.
Yeah, they had exactly. They had a few iPhone 6s, and so there was this one guy in there though, man. He's like, I was sitting there trying to get Simpsons to work on my phone, and I was sitting there playing it, and he was like, "Oh, you got the plus," and he was like giving me these eyes,
Well,
bet
I think
it's
and
Yes.
he was like pacing, and I looked at the security guard, and he just started laughing. Like I gave him the look like he got my back, right? This guy looks like he's about to jump me from my phone, like.
Well, I think it's because he was just told they didn't have any, and there you are, showing, and
He goes, what'd you get? I said, what'd you do? I said, I came in and pre-ordered it.
yeah.
And see, this is another GameStop moment.
Yeah.
This is what we tell people when we work there. Pre-order the damn game. We're not going to get that many extras. What do? Nah, I'll just buy it when it comes out. Stop being stupid.
Yeah, I definitely knew they weren't going to have very many. That's
they never have that many.
Zero.
They had a few
Well,
iPhone 6. Remember they said I heard them say that when we walked in.
Well, you remember when the 5C came out and they
Right.
were all colors.
Yeah.
Brandy wanted the green one.
Right.
Man, I went to every AT&T store in Columbia. I went to every Best Buy in Columbia. I went all over the place trying to find this green phone, and I couldn't find it. You know why?
Green
Because
phone.
that was the limit. It was a very limited color.
Right. That's because it's a color that not a lot of people would want.
But she didn't tell me she wanted it until after, like, it's been out for a day or two.
Right.
So now I'm like, son of a... So I'm trying to find it. Well, I finally I asked her, like, you be okay with the pink one? Well, she was. So thank God.
So,
That's
yeah.
the problem with the OtterBox. Is
Pink is like Heather's only option right now.
yeah, like because I
And
don't want
it's
black.
it's gonna be black or gray.
Yeah, I don't
first.
want black, gray, or that dark navy blue. I'm like, yeah.
Well,
I guess I'll
seems-
get pink.
Seems like everyone's pretty happy with the release of the iPhone 6. I don't see anything that.
Yeah. It's me, dude. I'm telling you. No one's.
This is all him.
The iPhone 6
Oh.
itself is an incredible phone.
Ooh, can yours shoot stuff like that? I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
So the iPhone 6 itself is an incredible upgrade from the 5. And
absolutely.
Heather will agree with that too.
Hands
She was
down.
really impressed.
Yeah, I like it. Like I didn't
Well, they had-
realize the camera, the slow motion and time lapse. That's cool.
And they added.
And how much? I mean, it's thinner. It's lighter.
Oh yeah.
That phone, right? Her phone is as light as Brandy's 5C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5Cs are now free with plans.
Yeah.
Yes.
The iPhone 5Ss are $99, which is what I paid for mine when the iPhone came out, or that 5 came out for my 4. 6 is $199. 6 Plus is $299. Holy crap!
Yeah.
And that's for the little 6
And I got
that's for
the
the small.
$399 one. I got the one that's 64 gigs, which is great. When I synced it to iTunes and I saw like 40 gigs free, I was like, nice. But the problem is they didn't have 32 because it was like 16 or 30 or
64.
64
Or
And
128.
yeah, and I was like, "Where's the 32 option?" I'm using 32 now, and I told this to Heather in the car. I said the problem is that I can't go back to 16. If 32 was the base model, that would have been fine. Now that I'm at 64, I'm not gonna be able to do anything but 64. So they got me.
I need to put it.
Well,
What I do like about these is we can put like
SD
cards,
in.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That-
You know
And you
what
know-
Mike
Go
told
ahead.
me, and I don't know if this is true about those, is that you can't install apps to the SD card?
yes, you can.
Yeah, you can. Emulators are specifically designed
Exactly.
to run off the SD card.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what every time you install an app, mine asks me, do you want to put it on a SD card or do you want to save it to the phone? And it says under there, preferred to the SD card. It prefers
We'll
you to
have
put
to-
it on the
What,
SD card.
is that like the SIM card?
No, it's
see,
like
S-
what
It
you put in a
looks like
digital
one.
camera, the little memory cards.
Okay.
It's one of
iPhones
those.
can't expand memory, but
Yeah.
those can.
So it's like a USB.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's just a real small
And
card.
it just goes inside. Gross.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah. So
All right, so hold on, because he's not done telling you
Oh,
his
no,
screw ups
no.
with the iPhone 6.
Because we still haven't figured it out. We thought we had it figured it out.
oh
Hold on,
yeah,
hold on.
I've
I wonder if I can
done
demonstrate.
I've done something setting these up to where we're both getting each other's calls.
And you were able to comment on a group text
Right.
that you were not part of. As
Her
it came up
as
on,
my email address.
But it didn't show up on my phone that you were there. It just looked like I was commenting.
Oh, see,
Okay, see, I'm calling Stevie Baxter. Let's see if her
hers
phone-
not gonna ring. It's
It-
not.
it
It's
didn't
it's vice versa. Call her. I get her call. See, I fixed it to where nothing was wrong, and then because she was getting my calls before, now I'm getting her calls. But it's gonna come up as
Whoa!
No, it was always my calls. Because your dad tried calling me to
Didn't
find out.
Dante just call you and her phone rang?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then I don't know. I don't know.
Well, now I'm calling her. Let's see if it works.
See?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're doing it wrong. What are you guys talking about?
So is
No, damn it.
Why am I under your phones as Matt or Matt Golf?
Because
One of us has you under Matt Goff, the
Well,
other one has you under Matt.
see what happens is we're sharing iTunes. We're sharing iTunes account, and so when I set that up, it combined our
Yeah.
contacts.
His dad is Pops or Pop Pop.
Yeah, I have him as Pops. She has.
Mom
him as
has
Pop.
like a paragraph.
So yeah, so I've got to figure out that it's just some settings in the iTunes settings I need to fix, but it doesn't matter. I love it. It's cool. It's big. All right, and
Gross.
I can
He
watch
likes
stuff.
big things.
And I can. The Simpsons town is very big now. My Springfield. It's very nice. What are you looking
don't-
at? What's wrong?
Stand by.
Stand by.
Stand
okay.
by. All right.
We're
When we go to
doing.
Destiny, actually, I'll show you.
Okay, well, we can move to Destiny right now. I mean, you guys want to do Florence Comic Con or Destiny first?
Well, I wasn't at Florence Comic Con.
Let's do Florence Comic Con because Heather was there.
Real quick.
So, I have to be honest with you, and if Florence Comic Con's guys watch this, I'm sorry. Didn't have that highest hopes for Florence Comic Con just because it was the second year. These things have to build. I was highly impressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Walking through there, it was much better than I anticipated.
Very professional. They chose a good place to do it at. I'm surprised that they were allowed to get there because there's a lot of high tech stuff in there.
Yeah.
That those glass walls that had all those computers behind it.
We just noticed it. Yeah, it was just like, wait, what's that?
Yeah. Well, I read the sign when it came in. It was some kind of technical institute or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but there is a detention center across the street from it also.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a very short walk in case you try to do something.
That's a really bad place to put a technology institute.
Well, I mean, maybe if you go to jail, you're not smart enough to use anything in there.
Maybe.
You know people go to jail for computer crimes all the time.
Yeah, but they get nice stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they generally go to federal prison.
Florence was actually really cool. They had a lot of good guests. I'm really excited about some of the comics that are coming out. I really that Angel and Demon one. Sorry, Angel and Demon one actually looked pretty funny because of the art.
Right.
Kind of reminded me of the devil from Cow Chicken.
And I bought a book called Zero Heroes, which I thought I've read like the first. It's made of issues. I read like the first issue. It's pretty good. I got it for inspiration because I'm trying to put together our book. You know what I mean? So I kind of got it as inspiration for it. And we keep making notes. Like Steven's like, or Showtime's like, you got to put that in the book. Put that in the book. That conversation.
Your iPhone debacle needs to be an entire series.
You think? Just raging in there.
Well, it's like something's happened to your power because you're my IT guy and you totally you fail. I have no idea how to fix this.
You're right. Sorry.
And he pushed it back.
Yeah.
I can't do it either.
Yeah.
Just take that back.
No, but no, there was two big rooms. There was one huge room for like dealers,
The lobby area.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like with dealers, people selling stuff, and they had food, way overpriced food. I'm sorry, but
well, that's all.
That's what happens when you go.
Is coming up.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Hope you're ready to drop at least $100.
So excited.
Yeah, let's calm down.
Fun, okay?
And so,
it's on my birthday.
But I mean, it's
Mini donut.
when you get Connors, you don't care how much you're spending for a hamburger. You just buy a hamburger, and so I did. So, and there was a lot of people selling stuff. That was cool. And then there was like a hallway.
I was really happy that we didn't spend a lot of time with the vendors. I mean, the comic people were really cool, but when you walked around the vendors, like everything was like old comics or like old toys.
Right.
And sure, that's awesome for some people. There was some pretty cool stuff. There's some Boba Fett, some cool Transformers, stuff like that. But it was like, it was pretty just the basic stuff. There wasn't really anything like super.
I feel I think that's still because it's their second year.
Yeah.
If or when they get bigger, they'll get better vendors and.
Yeah. So.
Well, all the major vendors are there too. When we go to these things, we always see heroes on Hard to Find.
I meant to say is like we've already interviewed these people before. Is another thing. That's what I meant to say. I didn't. So as I was talking about it, it sounded really bad. But I didn't mean like that. It was just like all the big people were there, and it wasn't anyone that was new. So that was cool. Yeah,
well, to be honest with you, and Mike will probably disagree, but I'm not a big vendor interviewer. Just because you're selling stuff, it's like, if you're selling your art plus your book, I want to know about your book.
Yeah.
But like if you're selling toys, like I get it, dude. You go around the cons and you sell toys.
One way to get us to come back to you is to not forget us and then treat us like normal people, which has happened a couple times. We're like, ow, dude.
Well, like with him doing cosplay, when we met that guy at the Heroes Convention that year that was doing all the costumes, you were like, I want to interview this guy because this is what he does. So it was stuff like that.
That's fun. I like to interview indie book writers just because that's like where my interest is at right now. You know what I mean? Like I want to try to do something like that. So that's why I like to see what they have to offer. We interviewed one young lady. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but who wrote that Joe book?
Yeah, I don't know what her name was, but yeah,
Sarah, right? Sarah.
You could list any.
Where's the book at?
My dresser.
Sarah Jacobson.
You got it up. Go to our YouTube channel. There should be an interview for it there. But no, it's really cool. It was a book. She had a zombie book that she wrote, and it wasn't comic book. It was like an actual book.
It's a novel.
Yeah, novel. There you go. I like that term. And
it's a real word.
There was a zombie one. You know, there was a zombie one, and then there was a book she had called Joe, and it was essentially like a modern telling of Frankenstein, but as a female.
Yeah.
And Heather really was interested.
Well, I stopped because that's Elena's middle name, and it was spelled J-O. And so I was like, what's Joe?
God, I hope that wasn't that scary. Lee Rhyme.
Lee Rhyme, there you go. I called her Sarah.
Close. Real.
Yeah.
No, you weren't. You
Right
weren't.
now.
We were so close.
Sorry.
Like
Lee
I could
Rhyme,
have,
yeah.
I could have threw out a name.
Alphabet, you didn't give her a number.
Is it L-
Wow.
It's L-E-A-H?
Yeah,
It's
and
probably-
R-H-Y-M-E.
It's probably Leah or Leah.
Leah, you know, Lee.
I could have threw a name out and probably been closer than Sarah Jacobson.
I wonder who that is.
I know.
Who's Sarah Jacobson?
If you want,
Uh-huh.
it's
Steven.
my side chick. I told Heather, I was like, I don't have time for a side chick. I barely have time. Like, I'm trying to do the stuff.
Yeah, it's a side chick.
Oh, God.
Wait.
No. I want to see. It didn't. Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Oh, Lord, what the?
That's definitely my side chick.
She loves everything about you, especially the way you smell.
You just Google Sarah.
Hey, she
Jacobson.
filmed her own
Sorry.
movies.
Okay.
Is this like a famous
You
person?
guys are. Anyway,
Busting balls. That's
Anyway.
what we do.
but I forgot what I was even talking about now. Thanks,
Because
guys.
it doesn't matter.
Wow. Okay. Are we done? Can we focus back on the podcast?
Sorry, I'm
Thank
looking
you.
at my teammate.
My bad.
Oh,
yeah.
You're looking at the second string.
I was like, who's got time to juggle a side chick, especially when you're married? Who's got time for that?
Apparently, a lot of guys do.
Actually, Heather,
I don't
what
want to
the
try to
podcast
find
is about.
time.
Heather, just so you know, I actually pay Matt and Steven to come over here every couple of weeks. This is the only thing we do. Every other thing I do, I'm actually hanging out with my side chick.
These are your side chicks, yeah.
That's true. Aw. Who's the bottom one, though?
I'm a pitcher. Just saying.
Anyway, so I was very impressed. There was a lot of good dealers, a lot of good artists. The only thing that I have to say, and I think they didn't have any control over this, was that we were trying to do an interview and they had panels,
Oh God.
and they had a couple of panels, but their panels were like upstairs, right above the artist, and we were about to start an interview, and they start their panel, and their panel is over the loudspeakers of the place.
What?
So like the guy talking, you can hear in the entire room.
No, you
I
don't
didn't
do
even
that. That's like trying to force people to go to a panel or listen to a panel that they don't care about.
Wow, I didn't even notice that.
You did? Oh.
Well, I mean, I wasn't doing this.
I don't
but,
think you
like,
guys were in the room. I think you guys had walked up.
I was like zeroed in on my little person and making sure I didn't have to kill anybody for bumping into my little person.
There you go. Oh, we had
That's-
Beth come with us. That was
You know,
fun.
that's one reason why I haven't taken my boys yet to any of these, because I'm like, you could so easily get lost, or I'm gonna have to kill somebody.
Yeah.
We took Beth with us. She's become our resident photographer. I think we have an artist, a photographer, a music guy. Like we're getting all the people,
We are.
and we should give them like honorary shirts or something.
Yeah, we should. We should make them actual members of the podcast.
Photographer, art guy,
Our guy.
Yeah.
It's
music guy.
oh.
Cast member just cross it out and put our guy.
So okay, so Florence Comic Con, very impressed.
Yeah, it was
Definitely
actually really good. I know I may have sounded like I said bad. I didn't mean it. Neither's right. I'm sorry. I'm in a rut, but I'm really trying. Really trying. It was actually a lot of fun.
He's been
enjoyed
very
it.
busy lately, people.
Yeah, it's it's really weird. First thing about the laws of attraction is you have to like think that whatever it is looks really well, and that big sign out front, like just the area they chose, really awesome. The presentation of the lobby was really cool. They had that one giant desk at front, and they had people behind that, and they had all those really sweet statues. Gwen Stacy's butt.
Well, those are prizes.
Yeah, those are prizes. I thought they
No.
were selling them.
no,
I
not
was
not
saying.
not the huge ones.
Yeah, I was about to say,
No.
that Batman one, that was a prize.
No, there's some.
I want to win.
That was $800. What the guy told us.
Yeah, I would have totally bought it if I had the money too.
Yeah.
It was like a Batman statue, but his suit was like real latex,
Yeah.
and his like was like real material for the cape and stuff. It was
And you
legit.
could change his heads.
Yeah, it was so good. It was like 800.
They can hear
bucks.
that.
I know.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of good cosplayers too.
There's a lot of cosplaying. I got my face painted to look like Darth Maul. I'm sure everybody's seen that now. I had that everywhere. You should see the amount of selfies I took in the bed.
Can't
I came
breathe
home
it. Hang
and I
on.
was like, cha-chung, cha-chung, cha-chung. It's probably like 30 selfies.
Yeah.
Did Steve show you the picture I sent when he sent me the? Then I sent it back
it's
to
not
him.
here anymore.
Oh.
I was like, you look like Darth Panda.
Wow.
It takes up
We
a
can
whole
see it.
page.
No, we can
Holy
see it.
crap!
Yeah.
I know. Don't worry, guys. I'll put it on. I'll save it and I'll upload it to Facebook. Now.
There you go.
Like, I'm pretty sure this is like a duck face. You did a duck face in the dark.
I did do a duck face with a duck small.
So he's definitely the bottom chick,
Yeah.
right? Just saying.
And then, oh god, it looks like you kept licking your lip.
I did. I was like, this is sexual Darth Maul.
How does that taste?
No, the question is.
Were you laying
and
on
I
your
might,
stomach doing this?
Yes.
He's just like, were you flicking your feet in the back
Of
too?
course.
Probably.
Yeah, he was.
No.
The
I
question is, hold on, and I'm gonna ask, and Heather can answer. Did you try to get some
Yes.
with the
Yes.
face paint on?
Yeah,
She-
he's like, you want to bang with the face paint? I was like, no, you're gonna get face paint everywhere.
Shush. Put your name out.
No,
And so then I
all over
made
my pillows. I gotta wash these sheets.
that's not where I thought the face paint was.
You
gonna go.
did. My
Yes.
brain was thinking
You
something
know,
else.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying.
It'd be all over me too, but like that's. What I should have recorded was him coming out of the room because he's supposed to be washing his face and taking a shower because he had to go to work the next day, and he comes out. I don't want to take off my makeup.
I was like, I look so cool. I don't want to wash it off. I'm just like Darth Maul, except a little bigger.
Oh my god.
That's one of the things I liked about the con, though. Like, because it's, I guess, my first actual con, and there was a lot of stuff for little people to do.
You know, there's generally not.
Really?
I'll have to give that prop to Florence Comic Con.
yeah.
I like that a
There's
lot.
generally not a lot of kid stuff. There's generally not face paint and stuff like that.
Heroes Con is not for children.
Yeah.
That is definitely a teenager to
That's
adult.
the one in Atlanta?
No, it's the one
Charlotte.
in-
Dragon Con is not for children, probably either.
Nah.
No,
No.
not from what I've heard. No,
But
absolutely.
the one when you and Brandy came up to Charlotte, that's Heroes Con.
You could take a
Okay.
kid through there. It really.
but it's not like.
if
If, you know,
Elena
older kid.
likes to look at costumes, like if she wants to see people dressed up, it's a good one to go
Oh,
to.
yeah.
But there's not much for her there.
Well, kids her age, they like to touch and feel and do.
Well, you know what? I take that back. I take that back completely because Steven or Showtime, you remember last year there was like a bounce house.
At Heroes Con?
They had like a kids section.
Oh yeah, they did.
They had
the
like
back
a
in the far right.
Yeah, they had the back of far right was set up all for kids.
No, that was.
I completely
good.
take that back. I think
The
Heroes.
2 years before that, there
No,
was
they didn't have it. I think
'Cause-
maybe they were like, let's put some kid stuff.
Because
in
kids dress up the most.
Yeah,
It was great. You weren't with us, but it was great watching, like, I guess, the next generation.
yeah.
Because kids kept walking by Elena, like, I love your costume, sweet costume, oh my god, your costume. And she got stopped a couple times. And people want to take her picture. And she's like, why?
I told her she needed to pose. She didn't pose, did she?
She posed in one. Because she's like, what do I do?
You go.
I'm like, do your Elsa pose. So she did her sassy side pose and had her hand out.
It's funny. So yeah, Florence Comic Con definitely going back next year. Probably maybe we can make you go.
I was at work, man.
I know. But Showtime and I are definitely going back next year.
It
Hopefully.
ain't about making me go. It's about me
I know.
being
I'm
off.
sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. You'll probably go back next year, right?
Yeah, maybe.
It was Beth's first con too. I think she really liked it.
She had a great time.
Yeah. Okay, so all right. So what's next? Destiny. Heather, I don't know if you can really talk about this except for like what you saw in Destiny.
I haven't seen anything on Destiny.
That's right. You can just make fun of us.
It looks like all the other games.
Stop it.
What?
It does.
No, it does not. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So Destiny. What do you guys think?
It's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I was talking with Troy about it last night as I was having my Kearney buckets, and
Wow.
and I was really worried about the monotony of it and doing grinding and whatnot. But throughout the whole story, it takes you through it, and you can level up to level 18 just by doing the story.
We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
Some of us.
Yeah, some of us can. And then like when you do the patrols and stuff like that, and luckily it will randomly. Well, at least with you exploring, we found a lot of higher level people, and it was a lot of
Y'all
fun
are
trying
out
to
like
keep them
doing
alive.
stuff, and I'm like running around, and
Yeah.
I find like little caves and stairways that just keep going down, and then I'm like, guys, I need help.
Yeah.
Help,
There's
help
a level
now.
20. I'm gonna die.
Help now.
So I will say this about Destiny. I think right now, Destiny put a bunch of stuff out there, and they're seeing what sticks, and I think they're gonna focus on that with future patches because Destiny is made up of a lot of small things. Like its story, not a lot of story. multiplayer, not a lot of multiplayer. You know what I mean? And I think they're like, let's see what people like, and then we'll just.
By multiplayer, he means PvP.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because the whole game is multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna do an MMO FPS, but let's see how people react to it, and let's see what people do, and really, what people want to do, it seems like, is armor up and level up.
Well, the whole point of an MMO is to get the coolest looking shoulder pads.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I told you, I was leery about the game to begin with, but once I started, we played the beta, and I was even kind of like, I don't know, it's cool, but I'm not feeling it. And I'll give credit where credit is due. Brandy, my wife, went into GameStop, and somebody talked to her there and was like, if your husband likes first-person shooters, he really needs to play this game. And she goes, well, he's talked about it, but he didn't say he wanted to get it. And then they started spitting out like what the pre-order bonuses are and blah, blah, blah. Well, she knew where they were going to get me is when they said, if you pre-order it and you pre-order Call of Duty at the same time. And she goes, well, he's already got that pre-ordered. Well, then he'll get a skin for the game, and he'll be able to look like the guys in Call of Duty. And she came home, and she was telling me all that. And as soon as she said that, I was like, all right, I guess I'll pre-order.
Wait, so you look like the Destiny guys in Call of Duty, or you look like
no?
Call
You
of
look
Duty?
like the Call of Duty guys in Destiny.
Ooh,
with the exosuits and stuff on. But you got to get to level 20 to use the shaders to do it.
Well, we're almost there.
I'm almost there. Yes. So, and that's one reason why I just want to get to 20 so I can put that on.
Yes.
But
speaking of those shaders,
so
go ahead,
she, my wife, basically talked me into getting this game, and I had to tell her the other day, I said thank you, because I love this game. Like, I have so much fun playing it. Even when you guys can't play, I'll just go do patrols or bounties, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Call
Call of Duty
quick.
sucks by yourself.
Yeah.
But if you play with a couple of people, it's great. This game is way better with other people, but it's still great by itself.
Yeah.
So speaking of the shaders and the Red Sparrow, you get Red Sparrow for buying it day one, and then you got the shaders for pre-ordering it. Well,
we don't know whose fault this is.
I did not get my Red Sparrow, and I was losing my mind. I was like, where is my Red Sparrow? Well, just like the iPhone 6 debacle, this was incredibly all my fault.
Oh, wow, never mind.
What I like to do is I put all the download codes in online. That's what I do. I go on to Xbox.com and do it all there.
And say, I don't ever do none of that.
Well, see,
do it on the Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a way to turn it on, but the Xbox One does not automatically install my download codes from the internet.
About to say.
Friday night, I was on there, and it just happened to click back to the Destiny folder, and it said Red Sparrow shaders install. It was waiting for me to install them. As soon as I installed them, I went back to Destiny. The Red Sparrow's in the inventory, and I was like, I didn't even have to restart the game. I was like,
you just had to go pick it up from the chick.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
You know you can get two of them.
And
I have two.
This was the same night the iPhone 6 thing happened. And I was like, apparently I'm just a complete and utter moron.
Apparently you just need to do like most people do and put your damn codes in on your system.
Shut up.
So that it downloads right then and you don't have to worry about it.
Shut up.
So
just saying.
Another thing that's pretty neat about Destiny is, since I play a lot of MMOs, once you hit like the max level, the way you get to do more stuff is to increase your item level or have a certain amount of gear. And the way that originated, I'm assuming, is like World of Warcraft or something like that, where, oh, you don't have enough health, you need to go get these pieces of gear. Well, now they've started saying, giving you an item level. So now, once you hit level, like, 26, the only way to level up is to get more gear?
Level 20.
No, level 20,
Level
and then
20?
you can get to level 26, and that's where it stops.
Okay, well, this is how you do it. You go find this cave.
Yes, I
Yes,
know.
oh, we already seen it. The cave on Earth,
yeah,
and you let them spawn, and like every 5 or so minutes, just run up there and collect everything, and then do it again.
Yeah, and other people's kills give you experience, and other people's kills give you loot, and it's just like, Steve, hurry up! we could be shooting at this cave. See, that's what I'm worried about, though, is they're not gonna fix something like this.
They will.
It'll probably be patched out.
Right now, that's probably a quick way to get to level 26, but I guarantee you the first update or the first DLC that they put out, that's gone.
And,
like,
you
won't
wonder
be able
how many people are gonna leave the game because they took that out. Like, seriously, you wanted to shoot at one spot for like hours and hours, and yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if if to get the good gear and the good level gear and stuff like that, and to get to level 26, we have to go find that down ship again and fight our way past that seeker and down into that hole, and that's where the good stuff. Dude, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that
because
sounds cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, we had no idea. Like, we started going into it, and then like. Even me and him were having trouble.
Yeah.
We were level 19. They were only level 20, but there were so many knights there that it was difficult.
I got hit by a knight, and I was like, oh, gotta go.
Like,
Bada da.
Well, see, I don't know if I'm just really bad or you guys are together we play well, because we don't ever really wipe when the three of us play. I think we've wiped once the whole time we played together.
You talking about where all three of us die?
Yeah.
We did when we tried to play Devil's Lair before we leveled up high.
Well, that doesn't matter. That
one
count.
wrecked us. And then I think it only happened a couple.
That other boss, the gatekeeper.
It happened a couple of times other than that, and that.
I was playing with.
That's because we spread out. We don't stay together, and then when I'm down, one of us, I got him.
I actually saw our good friend Chris Cavelli online.
Ooh.
And he bought an Xbox One to play Destiny, and he was online. I was like, well, let's play. And we went and did that moon one and the moon strike. And I didn't know this. It randomly puts you in parties. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it just fills you up.
If it's
That's
just
really
two
cool.
of you, it'll throw a third person in there.
Well, the third person was not very good.
Yeah, we know.
And
I had to pick him up a lot.
me and Chris were trying to do this, and we're trying to stay together, and he keeps running off and jumping places. We did the moon strike where you fight the big thing in chains.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
That was
We
hard.
probably did it like 6 times. It was.
How weak was that guy? What level was that guy?
He was our level. Well, see, I'm like almost 18 now, and Chris was only
17.
like 14.
Oh.
And the other guy, I think, was like 14 or 15. So I was like beasting through it, but it was hard because I would have like 4 wizards on me and like 3 knights with the swords, and I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I'm dead. Like, I try to jump away, and the
wizards get you. I mean, the knights don't get you. You jump, the wizards got you.
I cannot wait to get teleport. I gotta be a void walker though. But the thing is, I thought there'd be a healer, but I don't see a healer class yet. All you have is someone who can boost other people's stuff.
Right.
And as the fire guy, I can like bring myself back to life. But
I think I think this is their 3 basic classes that they're starting with, because like you said, they want to see what sticks, what people like, where they need to go. And I think from here, every time, maybe not every time, but you're going to get another class. You'll get a healer class. You'll get a bigger tank class or something, and they'll just slowly progress it.
You should already have the defender class or whatever that thing is.
Not yet.
Where you can put the shield down.
What level?
It should be 15. You get your subclass.
Oh, but see, when you get to subclass, and I learned this,
You gotta start over.
You got to start over with your like, you know, right now your
Maybe I'm missing
your grenade. You move it over. It's the top left corner when you're looking at your stuff.
Oh, I might have missed that completely.
You switch it over, but when you switch it over, you don't have double jump no more. You don't have your glide no more. You got to start all over.
You're the same level, but you just got to re-earn those things.
Okay.
It's not hard because all you do is put it on and go to Earth.
Yeah.
Go fight the lower level stuff at Earth, and you'll be fine.
It's really easy. I didn't know that, and I went straight into a strike.
Ooh.
With no abilities.
Get some.
That was like grenade.
What?
I don't.
Shit, so I'm like shooting.
I don't have one.
Luckily, I had that freaking awesome pistol. And
That thing
I
is
was still
beast,
doing
man.
damage, and that's mostly what I do is use the pistol. But man, Heather, good talk.
Yeah.
I am
She's got
there.
nothing to say about Destiny.
I got nope, because I go to bed and you play.
She's bet on play. She did like try to gossip with me and Chris. Like, she was like, "Ooh, let me hear what's up with Chris. What's up with his love life?" And I was like trying to tell her what he was telling me, and he has a knack for attracting crazy women. So we talked about all his crazy girls.
Did I tell you? Remember, I ran into his ex at the bank in Colorado.
I don't think you did.
Yeah. Well, first of all, meeting him in Colorado was out of this world. It was ridiculous. I was going downtown to get schwasty faced, and all of a sudden he's there. I hadn't seen him since high school, and then I go to the bank and I'm like, you too. I know you.
Crazy girl. All right. So. All right.
Oh my God! Remember that phone?
Oh, don't even.
I was like, what the hell is that? I'm sorry. It was so bad.
All right. So Destiny, definitely worth it. It's getting a lot of flack, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's because it's not as expansive. You hit the max level is 26. you know, you 20 and you had to earn gear.
Is it a real game? The way you guys are talking sounds like a test run.
No, it's real.
It's
real?
It's the full game. And the boards, and see, we found this out, well, like they were, like he was trying to get so many kills without dying, so he was helping him. Well, I'm like, I'll just run around and do my own thing. And I started finding stuff. Well, every time we find stuff, you realize how big this map is.
There's a lot
you're
of
like,
hidden
this thing is
stuff.
not, you didn't think, when you're playing it, you're like, this is not that big. And then the more you do, you're like, oh my God. Like, I found they were doing something, and I found a stairwell that just kept going down
In
and
a low-level area.
Yeah, in a low-level area, and then all of a sudden, boom, level 20 knight, 2 level 20 knights, and a level 20 something or another, dude.
And then a guy who like wouldn't die for anything. We spent like 10 minutes just shooting him.
Yeah, I ran out of ammo.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy will not die. So it's just crazy, but that's what you got to do is run around and find stuff like that, and a lot of people aren't doing that. They're just trying to blast through the game. They beat the story. They get to level 26, and they're like, that's it? Like, no, you got to go find this stuff.
So this game is for the achievement whores.
yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that possible storyline theory that
I didn't read it, but based on what you told me,
that the Guardians are the villains?
The entire.
Come on, what are we doing?
It's just that picture of that.
Oh, wow.
rabbit.
Evil bunny from Monty Python.
So how do you feel about the theory about
the Guardians are
darkness?
the Guardians are actually the darkness, and it makes sense, man. If you really think about it, it does.
Is this still part of the game?
Yeah, it's a part of the
It's
story
trying
of
to
the game.
figure out because the story leaves a huge cliffhanger. Gross. Poop jokes. Anyway, so
I was thinking boogers.
at the end of it, you're like, okay, so now I gotta wait for the next thing to happen. Which they're releasing the continuations like pretty quickly, so I'm probably gonna end up picking them up.
I'm gonna go pre-order them.
Well, no, you don't pre-order them because you know what? How much are they at GameStop?
No, here's why you don't
$15.
pre-order. Because for the PS4, it's a great deal. For the Xbox One, you're paying a penny less than you were gonna have to pay for it anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
it's $35 at the store. $35 at the. Oh, we got the kid. What's up, baby? Oh, it stopped. You got
She's on
Facebook. Get off. What are you trying to update my status? You trying to troll me? Sorry, please hold.
Say yes. Yes, I'm trying to troll you.
Yeah, I can keep going. But yeah, so
Careful.
you don't really know who the darkness or anybody is. Doesn't really define it. So that's gonna be on YouTube and be famous.
Yeah.
But yes, it might be true. I don't know.
I just.
Sorry if you hear that. I gotta open the door. Go ahead and talk. Sorry.
Yeah. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Yes.
It's really good though. Like I like the way it plays. I love the third person in the tower, so you actually get to see what your character looks like.
Yeah.
On a running around level, and I love the first person shooting of it because I like FPS anyway. So it's
Yeah.
And then I've never really played RPGs or MMOs, so this is like an introduction to both of those in a easy way, so to speak, and I love it. That's great. There's a camera there.
Sorry.
The box.
Everybody
We got our
wants-
bouncer here.
Everybody, yeah. You go ahead and pop in the camera so you can see. Look at them. Oh. Okay, he's gonna go play with the kid. Okay. Yeah, keep her occupied for like next 20 minutes.
Well, next 10.
Yeah. You gotta leave at 12:30.
Yeah, I gotta be home by 12:30.
Okay.
Got football for the kids today. It's opening day for them, so.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I've been. Let's jump into comics a little bit. I've been reading some of the Future Ends books, and they're kind of making me mad because I read the Future End weekly book, and these are like stories that don't really push the Future's End at all. That storyline put like there is the World's Finest Hunters of Power Girl story. And Power Girl is like in prison in the Future's End book. Like they've imprisoned all of the Earth 2 characters. And Power Girl's in there. Well, the Huntress Power Girl book, just that Future End book just tells you how Power Girl got into prison in the first place. And I'm like, I guess that's cool, but like I want some revelations.
You know this is why I don't read comics.
I know. Stop it.
Because they started letting me down, man.
It's a hit or miss. It really is. It's starting to be hit or miss.
It sucks. Like,
There's more misses here lately, though.
I don't know. There's some books that always hit, man. Like Guardians of the Galaxy always hit. All New X-Men always hit.
Gross.
Are you serious right now?
They always hit. I love it.
I really like Soulfire, but that comes out like once every 10 months or some crap like that. But I don't know, man. It's tough. I've been wanting to get back into it, but it's just I don't have time to read it, man. I got a bunch of essays coming up, so there's no point in me even starting.
Well, Qui-Gon Jinn left me at where I work, and he's the guy I sat down and talked to all the time.
He left you.
Where did he go?
He went to a different company. I still hang with him, but so my lunches with him are ending, and I can knock out 3 books in a lunch period. So I'm just like, I just read books. Like Heather gets mad. She's like, "Why won't you take this for lunch?" I was like, "Because it's like
it's messy, and I'll get it on my comic book."
Because if it's not something that I can eat with one hand, and if it's liquid, it's out of the question. And if it's not something I can eat with one hand, I'm not doing it.
Spaghetti, you can't do
Spaghetti,
it.
not a chance. Like there's no.
Because
I hold the book over here.
So real quick, how old are you again?
I quit making his lunch now.
Yeah, she does.
He can get it.
Well, it depends. I always say, "Hey, make this one for lunch for me." If I don't say it, she doesn't make it.
But sometimes if you do say it and I do make it, you still don't take it.
That's right. One last thing before we have to go, before preachers get out here. Heather and I took Heather to see Tusk last night.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Are you guys familiar with Tusk? Do you know what it is?
After you posted that, I went and looked it up. I didn't watch the trailer, but I read the.
Essentially, there was an episode of Smodcast. I don't know if you guys was Smodcast. It's Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier. And Scott Mosier is like his number 2 when he makes all his movies. This guy behind the scenes, essentially.
Wait. I thought what's his name was on Smod. No, Smodcast. Not,
Smodcast. Yeah, it was the first podcast he ever did. Okay. And there was one episode. It's like 259 or something like that. I could be wrong. It's around that area though, where they did a whole thing where they pretty much wrote a movie on the podcast, like talking about it, about a guy that gets captures a dude and turns him into a walrus.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. Like the stuff they say, it is ridiculous, and they're laughing the whole time they're doing it. Somehow, he made this movie into a comedy horror, and it was awesome. Like it
was funny.
It was mentally disturbing but hilarious because what the.
Yeah, there's a lot of what the frick moments, like especially with the guy who kidnaps him, man, because he is crazy.
He likes to quote Hemingway and I love a bunch of older writers, and just kind of makes it into conversation and poems and stuff like that. And just what the?
It was.
What's his name's in it, and then Haley Joel Osment is in it.
Yeah,
the guy from Accepted. I can't remember his name.
Justin Long.
He's in.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a funny dude.
It's funny because it hit close to home because what Justin Long is a podcaster, and what he does is he goes and interviews people, and they call himself the Nazi Podcast, not NOT-SEE, like Nazi Podcast. So what happens is Justin Long goes out and interviews people, comes back and tells Haley Joel Osment about
It's kind of like the shit that should not be.
Yeah,
kind of.
And so they talk about it, and he's Justin Long character. Like podcasting has almost tainted him. He's like people like real and raunchy, and he's like become that way. And it kind of hits close to home because you do kind of have to change your personality a bit when you get behind the mic. You know what I mean? Just to appease the masses a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think everybody at the table knows what I mean. And so it just
except for when it comes to eating loudly.
Exactly.
You can do whatever you want to. When it comes to
that. only with the candy.
Yes.
Yeah, only with the dark side Skittles.
And so it makes sense. So because he's like, and I've had this conversation with Heather before, because she's like, I don't want you to go, and he's like, it's for the podcast, and I'm like, I've had that conversation with Heather before, and it was kind of nice too because it almost gave legitimacy to podcasting a little bit because like, hey, it's podcasting in the movie.
Yeah, be careful though, you might get turned into a walrus.
Yeah. And so
if you've seen Human Centipede, the white girls on Human Centipede asked for it. 1, you're in a foreign country, you go into a party. If you stop seeing street lights, you've gone too far.
Yeah.
2, learn how to change a tire. 3, if you are stranded, don't go into the woods. 4, if you happen to go into the woods and you stumble upon a house in the woods,
don't go into it.
And don't knock on the door. Just turn around and be like, oops. Or if you decide to knock on the door and the man of the house goes, "Are you alone?" Don't say yes.
Say no. My people are.
Hashtag all women. Like, don't. No, you're not alone ever. Alone. So he finds a flyer behind a urinal, old parchment paper, and he answers the flyer. I'm offering a room I'm not charging rent. You just have to do household chores and listen to my stories because I'm old and I have a lot of stories. That's sketch.
That's sketch. But
And then he offers him tea and he doesn't pour himself a cup. Like, girl rule number 2. Like, he asked for it. He's kind of a dick.
so
You want this?
Sorry, he's sorry he's a walrus now.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like it was because spoilers for the movie. If you want to see the movie, because you guys don't care, right?
Okay.
Spoilers if you're going to watch Tusk. But he attaches like. Well, first off, he like connects his arms to his torso, so like he's got like fins, and so then he like attaches this skin onto him.
He's been killing other people and taking their skin to make a walrus suit.
And so he like sews this walrus suit onto Justin Long, rips Justin Long's tongue out, and then puts his femur bones, because he cuts off his legs at the knees, puts his femur bones into his mouth. It's for Tusks. And like there's one scene where Justin Long is missing his leg and he's freaking out and he's sitting there like sharpening, and all of a sudden, because we went and saw it with our friend Tony, and she looks at me, she's like, "That's his leg! That's his leg!" Because he's sharpening it, but it's crazy, man. The whole thing is just nuts.
Okay.
So, and then the end of it was really bad.
I never saw Human Centipede. So.
I didn't either. I don't want to.
I made her watch it. We still haven't watched Human Centipede 2.
You should go travel Europe when you're on leave from Afghanistan. I was like, I don't have a gun.
Yeah.
And I saw Hostel.
Yeah.
That was bad enough for me.
The best part of Hostel 2 for me was when the dude ran over the hot girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, he killed them. Their bones were sticking out of their legs and stuff. I was like, yes, run them back over. Anyway. So yeah, Tusk. Heather liked it though. I went with Heather, our photographer Beth, and our friend Tony, and they all liked it. They I'd say liked it, but they kind of were like, "What did we just watch?"
I mean, it's not something I want to own, but I won't go back and see it
Bet
again.
Steve's gonna order the Blu-ray copy.
Oh, without a doubt,
Yeah.
dude. That was good. It was good. I
Steve,
thought.
watch this.
No,
What's
he'll just get the Blu-ray of it because it's Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Well, not only that-
it was. There was a lot of times I was like, "Is this where we're supposed to?" This is kind of funny, but I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh because it's really effed up.
Don't ask Mike if that's where you're supposed to laugh. Doing a love scene. I love you, John. Ha! What?
And well, I mean, I've listened to the Smodcast episode.
Or the
Oh.
It's really bad. It's really tense. Like he's lost his leg, and he's realized like something really bad's about to happen to him, and his cell phone starts ringing, and it's ooh ah,
More margaritas! Yeah! Come on now! Ooh ah! And I was like, yes! Kevin
This
Smith!
dark, scary house, very serene. We're all scared. Ooh ah, more margaritas.
I was like, that's his ringtone. I want that ringtone. Come on now!
This is gonna be really bad for the podcast, but what?
It's from if you haven't listened to Hollywood Babylon, you wouldn't know. Yeah, we've all listened to it. I didn't think you would.
ooh ah.
Come on now.
He does. He's there with Ralph Garman. It's a guy that does a radio show in
Who was
California.
also in Tusk.
Yeah, he was in it. And he wasn't Ralph Garman. He was like Phil Garman or something like that. I can't remember, but his last name was still Garman. And he did this like ridiculous Canadian accent. Oh, spoilers again for Tusk. You know who showed up near the end? Johnny Depp had like a major role in the movie at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't really know it was Johnny Depp? And then I was like, wait a minute, that's Johnny Depp. Heather's like, no, it's not. I was like, look at him. Look at his teeth. You can tell.
Yeah.
You know? And she's like, wait a minute, that is Johnny. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it was crazy. And he wasn't even credited in the movie.
No, like where it lists like the characters and the actors, it just said and Detective LaPointe.
Well, I
Like-
mean, I know him and Kevin Smith, I believe, are good friends.
They are, and
Both
Johnny,
their daughters were in it.
Yeah, they were convenience store clerks. and those convenience store clerks is actually in Kevin Smith's next movie called Yoga Hosers, like because they're Canadian, hosers. So I don't know. I have no idea what that movie's even going to be about, but I just thought it was funny.
Just bringing up Johnny Depp real quick. I read a thing the other day that said he travels with a Jack Sparrow costume at all times because whenever he goes places, he'll make random stops at children's hospitals dressed as Jack Sparrow.
Nice.
awesome.
And it makes sense because you every time you see him, he's still got the mustache and the goatee, and he still looks like Jack Sparrow. And you're like, why does he look like
He
that?
has the tattoo also.
Well, he got that not just for that, but it was for his kid, I think. One of his kids, too. But it was for the character because it was one of the best roles he said he's ever played. But it makes sense why he keeps the facial hair, because if he randomly dresses up like Jack Sparrow, he needs to look like Jack Sparrow.
Really
so it's like,
I was thinking that. I was like, man, you should whip out your Green Lantern costume, head to Children's Hospital. A lot of people are doing that lately. That'd be
randomly.
No,
Yeah,
I would
I would go up.
Well, you should
definitely go schedule it.
Yeah, you gotta call them and say, hey, I just want to. There's actually.
I just want to meet
I
the
just
kids.
watched him, by the way. I need to get him re-signed, but yeah.
I might hook you up with what's his name? I can't remember his name. Oh, God, he's a really cool guy. Zartan, a guy dressed up like Zartan all the time. When we do dress up like Zartan at Free Comic Book Day. I don't know if you remember or not, but he's got a Batman costume, and he was trying to get like a whole Justice League together to go to children's hospitals. And I meant to tell you, and I completely forgot.
Oh, okay.
I was like, man, you got a full blown Green Lantern costume. You can go with him and Green Lantern Batman to the. That's something you do, right?
Yeah, sure. We can go find Superman. We can fight him, and then I can call him a tool.
I could just go as the fat
And you
DC
wreck
universe.
some kid's dream of Superman.
Yes.
No, that's Superman. Batman.
Or-
You said
Oh.
Superman.
I'm sorry.
You can't fight him.
Jesus.
Okay. All right, so Preacher's got to go, so we'll end it here. I thought it was a good talk day, right? We had a good show. Thank you, Heather, for filling in for.
I'm here.
She didn't really fill in. She did. Never mind. I'll stop.
Oh, I didn't say that much. It was okay. It was
No.
good to have you.
I was going to say the opposite. She did great.
Oh, there you go.
Yay.
Much better. Never mind.
Stop it. Okay,
I'm
so
comic books. I'm like, I'm finally reading Harry Potter. Yay.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we could talk about that real quick.
I'm reading Harry Potter.
Yeah, Heather's
good talk.
for the first time.
Heather's like, I don't want to talk about this. Come on.
Harry Potter.
Everybody's already read it or seen the movies.
Yeah.
I'm reading Harry Potter.
Late to the show. Okay, so we're headed out. What we got coming up? If you're watching this before it starts, because you know that we kind of put these out randomly. We got
Super Pop.
Super PopCon. We'll be there, so check that out. We got Halloween Comic Fest at Punk Monkey Comics coming up too, and then we're also I think we're gonna do some live streaming the day after, so Trex doesn't have to.
I think it's the same day.
That's the day after.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's well, I think we have to start like when we leave there. He's gonna start, and he wants us to pick up at some point.
What are we going to live stream?
Anything. You live stream
Destiny.
anything.
Like what? Yeah, I was also say I could play Destiny for.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate.
Okay, I'm out.
out.
I can play Destiny for like 6 to 8 hours straight easily.
So look at the page.
We'll just hook up Cards Against Humanity in the camera.
Yeah, no, we're playing a game. It's just you stream, and when people watch it, you say, "Hey, can you go donate here?" He's doing the Children's Hospital downtown. So,
Oh, this is a thing. Okay.
yeah, it's a legit thing. We're doing the Children's Hospital. I don't know if I told you
I'm
that.
cool
but,
with
yeah. But all right, so that's our events. We'll have more on the Facebook page as they come up, so check that out. And we are out. I am Stevie B.
Preach.
Showtime.
Heather.
And we're Nerds Apocalypse, and we are out.